In this video, we're going to continue our simple stretches. I think sometimes we think we have to go big or go home, and maybe that's the case in certain instances or scenarios, but especially when it's winter time like it is right now, it's the beginning of the year, I want to make sure that we have stuff that can really nourish us and just reset us from, scrolling, typing, mouse hands, maybe being cold, bundling in on yourself, things like that. So find a comfortable seat. That could be on a chair, that could be on your mat. A lot of times when we sit on our butt on the floor, we kind of like rock back and slump, and that's what I don't want to do in this moment. So grab a seat. You can have like a booster seat if you want to sit on the ground. It really feels nice for the hips. Whatever you feel is comfortable for you, right? You're going to sit a comfortable cross leg. If you're sitting in a seat, like up on a chair or a stool, feet planted, not crossed. The first thing you're going to do is take your hands down to the mat or the floor. If you're working with a chair or a stool, take one hand to one side, and then the other arm, so for everyone, one arm is going to go up. It's going to go all the way across your head, so you bend your elbow and take your hand to the opposite side of your head or the temple on that side. If this is really strained for your shoulder, then you just take the fingertips to the shoulder and you lift the arm as much as you can. Bring the elbow as forward as you need. Same thing if your hand is overhead. Bring your elbow forward if you need. The bottom hand is going to be your support hand, whether you're seated on a chair or you're on the ground, and you're going to side bend. And what I'm doing with my bottom arm is pushing as my other arm reaches up, and I'm thinking like someone's pulling that elbow up. My shoulder is lifting. You're going to take a deep breath in, trying to flare or fluff and spread those top ribs. So the side that you're stretching those ribs up and out. And then as you exhale, come center, bringing your ribs back over your pelvis. Bring the arm down, and we're going to do that same side again, but this time with a long arm. So you straighten the arm, you reach, you side bend, you push with your bottom arm, and then think about your navel being over your pubic bone as you stretch. Then you're going to exhale, you're going to twist and take that lifted arm across the body to the opposite knee. Now I don't want you to twist from just your shoulders and your neck, so like my head is actually more in alignment with my knee rather than thinking about looking over my shoulder. And what I'm going to do is push with my hand that's on my ground or my seat and pull with the other hand, twisting, and I'm kind of rounded still, very gently, bowing over that knee. Soften the shoulders. I always have to check in with my shoulders here. Ugh. Breathe and twist. Then stay kind of rounded as you come center. So you're going to rotate the ribs center, navel over pubic bone still, and then stack all the way up. We're going to do the other side. So you take the other hand down, other arm up and overhead. Remember, fingertips to the shoulder if it's too much for your elbow to go above your shoulder joint. And then you're going to side bend. Elbow can be forward. Sometimes that feels better. It depends on how much shoulder tension and range of motion you have, right? Pushing with that bottom arm, you want to take a nice, long, deep breath in, fanning and stretching all of those spaces, all of those intercostals in between your ribs. I always think like dusting out the cobwebs in my lungs. And then coming center, release that arm, and then you're going to straighten the arm and go overhead, pressing with your bottom arm for support. And then you're going to rotate towards the opposite leg, so top arm goes across your body to the opposite knee. Try not to just twist from your neck and your shoulders, but coax your body into a real spiral in your rib cage. So as I rotate here, I'm just taking my time, seeing if I'm not lifting my butt up, my pubic bone, navel, sits bones on the ground, like all of that's trying to stay stable and aligned as I twist my ribs. Using my hands, so my hand on my knee is pulling, my hand on the ground is pushing. And then stay rounded as you come forward and stack all the way up. Then you're going to stretch again on the first side. So you switch back to your original side, straight arms, side bending. Remember, if it's too much to lift your elbow above your shoulder, fingertips at the shoulder, elbow lifts just as high as you can. Then you push and support with that bottom arm, and you take your hand behind your head. Again, fingertips at shoulder if you need to protect. Press your head into your hand and press with your bottom arm and twist your chest in the direction of the ceiling. And then exhale, pull your elbow forward and twist towards the floor. Push with your hand, lift that elbow up and back, twist towards the ceiling, and then twist towards the floor. One more twist towards the ceiling, breathing in. Twist towards the floor, press the head and the hand the whole time. And then come side bend and center, and try the other side. Take a moment and just look side to side and notice if that feels different. And you're gonna do the other side. So you side bend. Remember, fingertips at shoulder for protection if you need. Bottom arm is really taking some weight. Sits bones are trying to stay level. Hand behind your head. You push with that bottom hand and you twist towards the ceiling. And then you exhale and you rotate towards the floor. And you press and you twist towards the ceiling. And you rotate towards the floor. One more. You press and you twist towards the ceiling. You breathe. And then you go back into your side bend and you come all the way up. Take your hands either to the floor, the sides of your seat, or to your thighs or your knees. And all you're gonna do here is shrug your shoulders up, holding your shoulders up towards your ears, which is like exactly what you're always told not to do. And then just stay there and say yes with your head. And notice how easy it is probably for your chin to go up and your head just to drop on your shoulders. But drawing the chin towards your throat and down is maybe a little more challenging. One more like that, breathing in. Chin up, chin down. Then find a level chin. And then let your shoulders come down. And then just take a moment and breathe in. Eyes open or closed. Turn your head side to side. Maybe you even let yourself twist. And just super simple strategy to sort of reset your upper body. This not only helps with neck tension and the mobility in your thorax. Think about when you're driving and you're like, oh, I can't twist too much. It can help with that kind of stuff, but also it's going to redistribute the forces in your spine. So when you're going for a walk and things like that, you're getting a little bit more even compression when you're walking rather than like just compression in one or two joints. All right, thank you guys for moving with me. I'm Nicole Watkins, teaching for Kaira Studios, and we hope you stay strong, stay healthy, and stay home.